I wanted to do a quick video to show the programming on one of these keyboards. The programming for simple things like um, Control K, um, Shift Space, whatever is fairly straightforward. The reason I bought this is actually to use in Teams where I can use it to hit those hotkeys. Like this one is the raise hand um, hotkey, so I can toggle that on and off. I can toggle off the camera and back on. I can toggle off the microphone and back on. And my favorite is the what is it, shift space, control space, something that is push to talk. So if I turn off the mic, I can push to talk or push to talk again. And I've messed around with some lights too. I'm not going to include that in this video because I don't like them, understand them. I'll probably end up turning most of them off. But you can see as I do the push to talk, it turns green, and when I let go, it turns back to, I guess, off. Okay, so let me show the scripts. I have one key that does the insert link function in Microsoft, and I have another one that does the share. Um, So I can hit share and then I can hit entire screen, also share audio. Okay. So the complicated one is the one that I needed the script for, and that's what I wanted to show here. Um, so when I downloaded the software, that it showed on Amazon and set it up, it actually said this is older software to download this other one. So the second link that says firmware update is actually the correct software that you want. And it's that V2. So when you run it, it gives you an error, or not an error, a warning. I'm on a computer that I'm not worried about. So I just run it. And then the programming saves back onto the keyboard. So I will unplug it and then plug it into the device I normally use. So I selected my keyboard and I clicked connect device. So here you see the different keys. I've already programmed, obviously I was using them. I programmed these others, what's called the default or the keyboard key mode, where you can just tell it which keys you want to press. So the modifier keys are the shift and control, and the general key is O. I think that was to turn video on or something. Yes, the video on one. The user script was more complicated. So first of all, when you, I'm going to use these keys down here have not been programmed, so I'm just going to use one as a demonstration. So when you first open one of these, it comes up with default. You drop it down, and these are your choices: keyboard, mouse mode. There's nothing about script. If you push the down arrow, it actually starts toggling down further, and that's where you get to the one key passcode. So passcode up at the top. One key write poetry, which I find comical, is actually the strings. And then two-step operation is like if you wanted control F alternate G, that would be the two-step, which is easier than a script. But then if you keep going, you have user scripts down here. So that's where you find that to set a user script. Now to actually record the script, um, I've done a couple of these, so I'm going to show just a blank one. So script 4, it doesn't have anything in it yet. So you can click on each one of these and assign a key, press, and then assign a key, release. It gets to be a little bit cumbersome to do that, but it's possible. just remember to put a delay in between each one if you do it by hand. The easiest way is to hit record, and this took me a long time. That's why I'm doing the video. The easiest way is to just hit record, and then it takes you to the screen, which gives you a play button instead of record. But if you click it, it starts watching your keystrokes. So if I hit Control K, it's trying to take me out to Google. So click back into where you want to be, and then I can do my next operation, Control V. And then my next operation is Enter. So that's what I wanted it to do. Stop makes sense, and you hit stop recording. So it logged that I pressed, that I pressed, that I let go, that I let go, that I pressed, that I pressed, that I let go, that I let go, that I pressed, that I let go, and how long it took each one of these. Again, not intuitive is what you do next. This key will download like a JSON file or something. It's not what you want. The edit button actually takes you back to be able to save the script. So I'm going to save this one as number 4 and confirm. Blinks on the unit and leaves me right back where I started. So use the looks to me like enter icon up at the top, which then takes you back. So now I'm in number 4 and it shows all those things. There's 2 different delays. One is like a long delay. So this is 4 almost quarters of a second, so about a second, and then 51 milliseconds. So together it's, the sum of those 2. So I don't really want it to go at the speed I actually press the buttons at. I want to go as fast as possible. So all these 256, I just delete. So this is row number 2, row number 7, row number 10. And so you can go clear range step over here. I've only been successful doing these one at a time. So from 2 to 2, confirm. And that takes that delay out. So now it's just the key press, the delay, the key press. And then I want to go as fast as possible. So I'm going to change these delays to 1 microsecond. If you take the delay out completely, it does not work anymore. So if I went through and did that to all of those, I could hit save forever. It writes it back to the keyboard. And then this is script number 4. So I have mine as user script number 2. I'm not going to change it, but you get the idea. You drop that down to user script number 4, confirm, save. It writes it to the keyboard, and that is how you do the more complicated scripts. So now in this case, I don't think I still have it open. I don't, but in this case, my key here is to insert a link into a Word document, which is Control K. But then it pops up a dialog box and says, what's the link? Which is the Control V to paste the link that I've already copied, and then enter to accept it. So now when I go into a Word document or any other Microsoft thing, I can highlight a section of text and hit my hotkey. It pastes the link in automatically and I'm done. So that's the way that works. These other keys, you can put passwords in, and you can put strings in, just a string of characters. I don't have any in, I guess. No, wait, I'm sorry. I should show that. So strings, I was only successful to put strings in with the Unicode. And then it says Unicode string 1. That's what I typed by hitting the edit button. But then once you have that in there, that's where you can go back to this key and you can assign it what was it, poetry, and poetry for string 1, and it will type whatever you have saved in string 1. So a little bit confusing the way this works, but once you get it figured out, it's pretty functional.